Oftentimes in life, we choose a destination, and with reckless abandon, we set out, putting one foot in front of the other. It's not until after we reach the place we set out for that we realize the journey is greater than the destination. When we first set out on this journey to find home, we had no idea where we would end up. 6 months of living in an RV, loading 3 kids up from 5 acres and a 2,000 square foot house into 200 square feet at a postage stamp campsite changed our family for the better. Even though we didn't know where we were going to end up and move to, we still in the back of our minds had a place that our hearts were set on, though we had never been.
Okay, so 6 months on the road in the RV in a pandemic caused us to flee from Winder, Georgia. Shout out, Cattywampus Acres, what? Check them out. To Humboldt County in California. We did that drive in I think 6.5, 7 days with our kids in a 35-foot RV, and we landed at the family ranch. It was an opportunity to be safe and secluded, and it had a house, so we had a place to live because it had a spare home, which was nice. Well, I went and opened my mouth, as I often do, and suggested that I could do something, and 9 months later we are finishing up a remodeling project on an 1860 farmhouse that was interrupted by wildfire evacuation, and then it's just one thing after another. We sold our house in Oregon, got rid of the truck. Check out our flatbed series. And we got a new truck, and we thought we were moving back to Oregon. And then all of a sudden we had this realization that it was safe to live, to chase after our dreams. So this behind us is the reality of the dream that we realized we've been chasing for some time. The state we've never been to, and the state for which we are buying a home, is the state of Maine. And we put an offer on a house and flew in to Bangor 2 days ago. And quite honestly, the second day we were in Maine is the first day we looked at the house we're buying, and go big or go home. All of that to say, we're standing on what will be our new dock on a bay. And you might be asking yourself, how do you butcher bacon queso make on the water without a farm? And that's a really good question. I don't know, we'll figure it out because we don't know the answer either. But the fact of the matter is, through talking about where we wanted to move, we realized that we are children of the sea, right? We were both born and raised in coastal Washington and coastal California, and we found a slice of heaven that we could afford. And so we are shifting out of the homestead gear a little bit, and we're gonna put life into the coastal Maine cottage living gear, and we're gonna see what that looks like. We don't even know, but what we know is we're standing on a friggin' dock on the bay. So this is a realization of a dream. We are children, like I said, we're children of the sea, and we wanted to live by the water. Yep. Too humid in the south, and the Outer Banks has lots of hurricanes. Beautiful. We love the seafood. We'll return to visit, but southeast coastal America was not our thing. Northwest coastal America we're sort of priced out of. We found coastal Maine. We could afford it, and we pulled the trigger, and this is us boldly living dreams that we've had for a long time because we can. We've been blessed enough to have the means to do this. We're super excited. Yep. The property needs tons of cleaning up and management. Yep. So we're gonna shift probably from permaculture to silviculture. Yep. and coastal northeast forest management. The house needs some work. Right now it's a summer home. Yep. That's only intended to be lived in the summer. So it is insulated. It does have a wood stove, and it will be habitable once we have a little bit of work done. So that's the next challenge. The near future challenge is getting the house in a position where we can live in it, and then we get to move everything from Oregon, because that's how they say it out here, Oregon, to Maine. Yep. So we're trading Southern Oregon for coastal Maine. As a side note, probably 4 years ago, I took Noah to the Oregon coast. We get into town and we park, and he opens the door and he breathes deep and goes, "It smells like home, Daddy. I can smell the ocean." And that always kind of gutted me, because I took the smell of the ocean for granted, but it's my home. So yeah, we're going to provide our kids the super awesome opportunity of living by the sea.
While we did the whole livestock thing, part of the homesteading, one of the biggest things that kept hitting me hard was that I don't know how to garden. And I really want, when we settle down and have land again, I want to do a garden and I want to have bees. And it wasn't until I read Elliot Coleman's 4 Seasons Gardening that I realized that you really could grow. If you can do it in Maine, you can do it anywhere. Right. But why not Maine? And so while we may not have livestock on this property because it's all a wood lot, what we do have is some open areas that I can have a garden and I can have bees. It's just a shift. It's not really, we're not shifting out of homesteading. I think we're just wanting to live our lives the way we always dreamed it, and we will grow what we can and raise what we can and live our lives. And it is such a blessing to be able to move to this beautiful state, and we've got to figure out when we're going to move. Yep. Because we don't know if we should come in the middle of winter and try to retrofit the pipes, or we should just wait until the spring.
Go back on the road in RV for 3 more months until
I don't know,
until it thaws out enough to move here. Yep. Big shout out to our real estate agent Tanya with Keller Williams of Bangor. We will link her website to this video. She's been super awesome, has gone above and beyond anything we could have hoped for buying a property 3,000 miles from where we were. Uh-huh. And shout out to Tanya. And so here we are. We're in Maine. Who would have thought? We did for a little bit, and now we're here.
Carpenter, carpenter, won't you build us a home? One true and straight where our children may grow. Built on a foundation made of stone.